I'm quite excited about this because I've been looking forward to this for the past week.
Yeah, it's like Christmas feel, isn't it?
It is, like a kid in a sweet shop. We're joined on the phone by the X Factor winner, Joe McElderry. Are you alright, Joe?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Absolutely well, fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure.
And we're here to, like we said before, you know, you won X Factor in 2009.
Yes.
And we've been looking through your notes and stuff that we've got for you, and you've been so busy since then. I don't know how you've found time to do all else, to be honest, and have a life in between.
I mean, it flew by, absolutely flew by. But it's been, it's been amazing. I've had a lot of fun, and I can't really call it a job. Although it's a lot of long hours and hard work, I love it. So it doesn't feel like hard work. You've
got a new tour coming up.
Yeah.
And you're performing in Cleckheaton, which is it's our town where we are. You're performing at Cleckheaton Town Hall for your tour, which is Evolution.
Yeah.
And is this is a stripped back tour, this, isn't it? It's an acoustic show that you're doing.
Well, some of the shows are acoustic, and some of them are with the full band. I think the one we're coming to see you is acoustic.
Yeah.
And it's all just to kind of outweigh, the past 6 years, the songs, some new material. The good thing about the acoustic shows is you can change a lot of the arrangements of the songs because it's completely stripped back. So
yeah.
I do enjoy doing them ones, and it's just a bit more of an intimate environment. It's nice.
And you've done loads of stuff. Like I said before, you've won loads of other competitions as well, and other TV things that's been on. You won The Jump on Channel 4. You won the X Factor. You also won Pop Star to Opera Star. Is that what it was called?
Yes,
you won that as well, and like I said, you've just been so busy. Plus, you've done other tours. You did a tour called Set Your Soul Alive,
yes.
Which was 60 dates.
60. Yeah, I mean, what it is? Touring is my favourite part of the job. I absolutely love just going out there and singing every night with the band and getting to meet fans, getting to meet people who haven't come to the show before. Sometimes people come and they're not sure, it's exciting, like being out there and performing for people. I love it. And the buzz of being on the tour with the band and travelling all over the place, it's just so much fun.
So, obviously, where did it all start for you? Because obviously, we know you from the X Factor, but obviously, beforehand, were you gigging beforehand and doing bits, or?
No, I did a few little things, nothing major. And I was more kind of, I didn't really want to be a singer until I was about 14.
Right.
That's when I kind of started doing it.
And you've done, like I say, you came into the limelight in 2009, and
yeah.
Do you think, we ask a lot of people this who we have on for interviews, do you think it's easier nowadays to get into the music business? Or
I think, I don't know actually. I think it might be easier. It might be easier to get in it, but I think it's harder to stay in it.
Right.
Yeah, it's like the 15 minutes of fame.
There's a lot of different channels you can go down now to get into the industry, but I think it's actually quite hard to stay in it and have a career. That's the challenge I think now.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of time was spent on artists like years ago. If certain songs didn't do well or certain albums, there was a lot of investment put in them and years of spending time and really developing an artist. Where I think that those days have gone now. It's just like a factory belt going through with running constantly. So I think it's become more ruthless, if anything.
Definitely, and I think to be honest with you, it's like you said, there's a lot more roots these days, and we've mentioned before on our interviews that it seems to be these days, if you've got thousands of followers on Twitter and a million likes on a video you've done, you seem to get a record deal these days. And it's gone are the days where you did the.
There's a lot. I'd say there's probably a lot more sort of one-hit wonders now than there was.
There is
10, 20 years ago, because there's just that many different people coming in now. Because everybody can distribute their own music.
And again, that goes back to what Joe said.
Well, I think somebody said, I can't remember who said to me before, but I was talking to somebody who's been in the industry for quite a long time. who works behind the scenes, and they were saying that, you know, when somebody like Shirley Bassey or somebody like Priscilla Black, who's obviously been very relevant recently, fortunately, but like they had loads of songs that weren't hits.
Yeah.
But the people that were around them and the record labels really supported them and kept trying and still it broke through.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the thing that's gone now. It's like you kind of get one shot, and then everybody kind of writes you off if you don't have one successful song. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
but
definitely.
In that sense, you're right. I think there is a lot more one-hit wonders now. Yeah.
The biggest hits, I think, of the past and all that. Surprisingly, a lot of them didn't make it to number one, did they? A lot of people seem to think they were instant number ones and stuff like that. But
yeah, I think you know what it is. I think that the thing, if you look at all of the people who've been around for a lot of years, they had massive highs and massive dips in the career, but I think at all times they've kept the longevity, and I think that's the most important thing, is to have like a stable thing that kind of goes over the years, that spans across a lot of years, instead of just being absolutely monstrosity of hugeness and success for 2 years and then nothing. I would rather have like 20 years of a steady, just working all the time. You know, that's what I kind of view it as.
So with the tour, have you got some new material coming out? Got a new single coming out, new album?
Well, we've performed new stuff in the show.
Right.
There's a couple of new songs in the show, and working on new material for a new album as well. So yeah, if you come and see the show, you'll hear things before it even gets released.
Superb.
The tour's called Evolution, like we've said on here. Now, is it kind of self-explanatory when you say that, in the terms of it's where you came from, sort of you've evolved into what you are now, maybe?
Yeah, we've took some of the songs, obviously, over the past 6 years off the album and everything, rearranged them, done different versions, and it kind of takes on a little storyboard from the beginning.
Right.
Got a little bit of a story right the way through the songs.
Brilliant.
Right until the new material at the end of the show. So it's quite a full-on show, but it's quite. I think if you've kind of followed what I've done over the past 6 years, it kind of takes you back a little bit and then takes you forward as well, which is nice.
So what? And how many dates is this tour this time?
Well, we started in February.
Yeah.
So we're doing about 65 up until June. Kind of wait, and then we're doing another 30 starting October.
Wow. And then will you be having a break after the tour for Christmas and stuff? And
yeah, well, I'm doing Joseph next year. Joseph's going to dream called the musical. So
I saw that on your website. That's got to be. I bet you can't wait for that.
Yeah, I'm really excited. So that starts pretty much straight after Christmas. So
is that the one in Bradford?
So I probably won't get a proper break until this summer next year.
And is that a touring show of Joseph, or is that
yeah, national tour? Yeah.
Superb. And you was in last year. You was in Panto as well. At the
Panto this year at Berlin Hall.
Right. You were at the Alhambra Theatre last year. Yeah, well, that's just up the road from where we are.
Ground, is it?
And you was in Panto with Billy Pearce.
Yeah, I love him. Lovely guy.
We had him on the radio a couple of weeks ago. We had an interview with him because he's doing Panto again this year at the Alhambra Theatre. So like I say, you've done so much, and you're doing Panto again. What Panto is it this year? You're doing in Hull?
It's doing Panto again, but obviously I'm doing it with Cannon and Ball this year in
Brilliant.
97 Talk, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be a laugh a minute with them too.
Yeah. There'll never be a dull moment.
Yeah, never be a dull moment at all.
It's hilarious.
So, and how long's the Joseph thing for then? Is that going to be for the rest of the year next year, or
February to June?
Right. So you're just so busy. Do you find it hard when you're, because obviously you're doing so much at the minute, and I know you said you enjoy doing what you're doing, and you love getting on stage, and do you wish sometimes that you could just take a few days off and take a break? And
I'm quite lucky. I think I've got quite a good balance. I kind of work flat out for 4 or 5 months, then I take a month off, and then I do another 4 or 5 months and take a month off. So although I don't get like days off kind of in every week, I probably get more time off than somebody else. It just kind of comes in bulk, if you know what I mean.
I think what they call it.
Flat out for Christmas, then I'll have like a month and a half off or 2 months at time, and then I'll do another 6 months.
Brilliant. Brilliant. And I mean, obviously, we have, like we said, you know, people know you from the X Factor. Do you mind when people say, you know, oh, that's Joe McElderry, he's from X Factor? And obviously, when you do all these interviews, that's probably going to be the first thing that people say. And we've had people on who's been on the X Factor before, and they've said, oh, you know, I don't really want you to talk about that.
It's a different experience for every person, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose it is, isn't it? Yeah.
I think, you know what it is, everybody wants to get people on the show and then start kind of like trying to disassociate themselves with it, because the way you have to look at it is everything that I'm doing now is a byproduct because of the platform that I had off that show.
Yeah.
And I'll always be forever thankful for that, you know, and it was one of the biggest highlights of my career so far, and it always will be, you know. It was the starting, it was the start of everything, you know, so I'm always going to be thankful for it. And, you know, yes, I've moved on from it, and I'm not associated with the show now, and I don't work with the people on the show anymore.
Yep.
But it gives me a massive opportunity, you know, and I've grown from them, and I'm always thankful to them for the opportunity.
Well, I think it's great as that, because as well, there's plenty of people who've probably been on that show who had everything sort of set up for them and have just disappeared into thin air and not done anything like you say. You used it as a byproduct into something else. Which
it's just listen, it's a platform. They don't owe you anything. They don't owe you a career.
No.
You take that platform, you run with the platform, and you use it to your advantage. And that's all I've done. You know, just trying to make it work for me.
And I think that's one of the exact answer you've just given us there is one of the reasons why a lot of people have taken you to their hearts, because you're honest, you're straight down line. You know, you're not gonna, you don't sit there and talk to us and say, oh, you know, they need to give me this, and this. You know, it's an honest answer.
You've gone out there and grabbed everything with like any opportunity you've had.
Yeah, you've worked for it for the past 6 years.
Yeah, but you know, and I genuinely enjoy it. I just have fun with it, you know.
Yeah.
And I sometimes think people forget that, like, the whole showbiz thing, it's supposed to be fun and light-hearted.
Yeah.
And people get like so wrapped up in it and serious about it, you know. And that's not to say that I don't take my job seriously. I love what I do and I want to be good at what I do. But I try and have as much fun as possible with it, you know, and not kind of like get too into it. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely. And I think, you know, this tour that you're doing is going to be absolutely amazing. And we're coming to see you in Cleckheaton. And we've also got 2 tickets as well to give away for your show in Cleckheaton, which we've been running a competition for the past week for that. So you'll have 2 people coming and seeing that as well.
And also, Joe, as well, keep an eye out for us. We'll have some pink shirts on. We want a selfie with you.
Yeah, we'll be.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. It's a deal.
We'll be sat there with our pink t-shirts on.
We look like flamingos in background.
Yeah. But it's been an absolute pleasure. Your tour is called Evolution. It's going to be in. You can get tickets for the tour on your website.
Yes, JoeMcElderryOfficial.com.
Superb. So you can get tickets for that. I wish you all the luck with the tour. I wish you all the luck with Panto and Joseph next year. And thank you very much for taking time out and talking to us.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Joe. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.